Howdy one and all, this is Ryan from Texas A&M University. I'm putting together this little YouTube video for you guys for Dr. Vanegas ENDS 101 class. Basically my assignment is to define creativity. Very kind of broad topic, but I think I can tackle it pretty well with you guys. A couple of things. This is going to be my one and only take of this presentation for you. I think it's going to be my most pure, my most creative, basically depiction of what I have to give you guys. Second thing, you can see I'm kind of wearing some goofy stuff through a sunglasses on, through a cowboy hat, through a Fighting Texas Aggie hat on. I just wanted to kind of think outside the box a little bit. I'm not saying I'm being overly creative or groundbreakingly creative. Just wanted to give you guys something new, something different, maybe break a social norm with you guys. It's all part of the creative process, I think. To start things off, I'd like to give you a few quotes from some famous people. First, Maya Angelou said, "You cannot use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have." From Webster's Dictionary, they define creativity as marked by the ability or power to create, to bring into existence, to invest with a new form, to produce through imaginative skill, to make or bring into existence something new. Henry Miller, a famous writer, said the occurrence of a composition which is both new and valuable is quantized as being creative. H. Fox, a famous scientist, said creativity is any thinking process in which original patterns are formed and expressed. Roger Van Oek also went on to say creative thinking involves imagining familiar things in a new light, digging below the surface to find previously undetected patterns, and finding connections among unrelated phenomena. As you can see, these quotes come from very diverse people in many different disciplines. Obviously, creativity means numerous things to different people and can be defined in any number of ways. It can also be defined in many distinct levels, cognitively, intellectually, socially, economically, spiritually, and from finite perspectives in different disciplines, incorporating business and science, and music, and art and theater. I mean, you can keep going. Partly because it's tied to business, and I know a little bit about business myself. I'm tied in with the business college here at Texas A&M. A great deal of effort has been put forth into basically defining creative problem solving. In this particular genre, one of the more common definitions of creativity has to do with basically dissecting creative thought into a process of exchanges through joining these two types of creative thinking, both convergence and divergence. Definitions of divergent thinking usually include the ability to elaborate, to think of diverse and original ideas with fluency and speed. Being able to ideate and brainstorm are premier examples of this type of thinking. Conversely, there's convergent thinking. This is defined as the ability to use logical and evaluative thinking to critique and narrow ideas to ones best suited for a given situation, such as this project. I had to use both divergent and convergent thinking to basically come up with a creative product, but then revise it and make it more applicable to the assignment. We use convergent thinking when we want to make crucial and well-formed decisions after appraising a whole slew of ideas and information or alternatives. In creative production, both thought processes are necessary as anyone first diverges ideas in numerous quantity and then basically narrows and refines the array through convergence. It's basically kind of what I touched on earlier about this project. I use divergent thinking to come up with a whole slew of different possibilities. Some are rational, some aren't, and through convergent thinking I can narrow down my different options and come up with the best idea suited for the problem. Specifically in creative problem solving, or in basically any complex problem solving activity for that matter, one needs to be able to basically weave in and out of this divergent and convergent path through patterns in arriving and basically you want to arrive at an appropriate conclusion for the specific or given situation. To further explore this process of being creative or being imaginative, I did a little research on this topic and came across many awesome, succinct pieces of reading material. But one of the best was an article by Robert Steinberg and Wendy Williams. It was called "How to Develop Creativity." Basically, kind of through skimming through some of their stuff, I could say that creative work consists of the application and incorporating of 3 types of thinking, all of which can be learned or enhanced. Essentially, creativity is defined as the combination of these 3 aspects that I'm going to give you here. The first is synthetic ability. This obviously includes the divergent thinking, as it is the ability to basically think or generate new, novel, and interesting ideas. But it's also, it goes deeper than that. It's the ability to spontaneously make connections between ideas or groups of things, ones that oftentimes go unnoticed or are discovered later by others. The second part of this 3-part basically thinking process is analytical ability. Again, this includes basically, it's the ability to think convergently. Again, we touched earlier on the divergent and convergent thinking. That's what these first 2 steps in the process are. Analytical ability is the ability to think convergently, in that it requires basically critical thinking and appraisal as one analyzes and evaluates different thoughts, different options, ideas, possible solutions. This type of thinking, it's key in the realm of creative work, because not all ideas are good ones. I mean, I've had some pretty awful ones myself, but these ideas just need to be revised, and through this analytical ability, we can do that. Creative people use this type of thinking to consider implications and project possible responses, problems, and outcomes. Commonly, we think of this ability as, I guess you could say, critical thinking at its best. Moving on to the third process here in this 3-step creative definition is the practical ability. The world is full of people who have good ideas, as well as ones. It's also full of people who want to pick those ideas apart, who want to be critical. However, the basic key to creative work must include the ability to use practical thinking. This is the ability to basically, it's to translate abstractions and theories into realistic applications. Furthermore, it's the skill to basically to sell or communicate this idea, this revelation, this new innovative product to others. It's to make others believe that the idea it works, it's different, it's useful, it's innovative, it's worthy of consideration. It's basically finding a potential audience for one's creative work. And I think this third step is the most important of the 3, because if you can come up with a great idea and you can find a practical application for it, but you can't get it out into the market, you can't get people's hands on it, you can't just basically get it out there, what good is a product? Again, that is, I think, the most important of the 3, is that practical ability. We're running out of time here. I'm going to try to wrap this up for you. In closing, I'd like to add this little tidbit. In my mind, it's not enough just to have ideas or be able to appraise them critically, or sell them, or translate them, or get them out into the market. What separates truly creative greats from those who are less creative is basically persistence. Just having that drive to push through, having that determination to translate their dreams into realities. And that might sound a little cliche, but I think it's very important in this whole creative process, not only being able to think convergently, divergently, practically, but you have to have persistence to again push your idea through, get it out there, have faith in it, and maybe change the world. Who knows? Again, this is Ryan from Texas A&M University, doing your YouTube presentation of what is creative thinking for Dr. Vanegas' ENDS 101 class. Appreciate your time, and Giga Mags.